It has to do with toxins. It starts with the gut. It starts with inflammation, vitamin, mineral deficiencies, no digestive enzymes, all of those types of things. Other people will say, well, it's really purely a motor problem or a sensory problem where it's a sensory integration issue and it's an auditory processing deficit or it's a visual processing. Other people say, no, this is purely immunological and it's all neuroimmune and it's inflammation in the body and it's related to food sensitivities or it's related to chronic infections or other types of things like that. And other people may say, well, it's really, again, a gut problem. It's an autonomic problem. It has to do with the sympathetic, parasympathetic. And all of them are right. And all of them are completely biased because they only see that and they only know that. And they believe that that is it. And they may even believe that that's the root cause. But they don't step back and realize that it's all the brain. And it all has to do with the balance within the brain and the hemispheres and the networks and how the brain and nervous system regulates all of those other systems. And it's one integrated system, and the head of the system is the brain, and each hemisphere regulates it in very specific and different ways. And how it gets to the point where it regulates things properly is all based on how that brain develops, which is driven by the motor system and the sensory system, and then plays a role in the maturity and the development of the gut and the autonomic system and the balance of the sympathetic and parasympathetic and, whether there's inflammation and whether there's food sensitivity and, whether cognitive things are literally emerging like attention and how we learn and how we remember things. And, the emotional regulation is all regulated by that. So this is an analogy of that. And all of this is influenced by the environment and it's all influenced by genetics because they're traits. But all of that is what we look at as epigenetics. And so in almost very few cases, is it because of a genetic mutation or because of an actual injury to the system or because of a neglect or abuse or, something terrible like that? Most of the time, these kids are raised in great families with great parents and they don't have genetic mutations and they don't have any brain injury. And these are why we refer to them as functional.